Yep, sure, I'll do that.
Hmm. Manas, can you just do a quick screen share and see, make sure everything is working?
Okay.
Hey everyone, we'll just get started in like a minute. We'll give folks a minute to join in and then kick off.
Uh, can you guys see my screen?
One second. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Piyush, are you just dropping in? Wait, sorry, Piyush got dropped. Oh, no, Piyush is there.
No, no,
Piyush, are
I'm
you
here.
dropping in
Y-
event announcement?
Yeah, I'm dropping the announcement, and also we are live on all the platforms. It's done. It's go. We are ready to go.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Nice.
Cool. I think once we just do a quick announcement, then we'll kickstart as well. So folks can join in. All right, awesome. Looks like everybody's coming in. Guys, if you guys have any questions, anything to ask, just feel free to use the event chat as well. Or once we open up for Q&A towards the end as well, then you can directly hop onto the mic and we'll get started. Okay. Uh, Meanwhile, would request everybody to keep themselves on mute just so that there's no sort of background noise. But we'll have sort of a open mic towards the second half of the conversation to take in any questions, any, you know, pretty much any
Hmm.
discussion that you guys want to discuss. We'll pick it up towards the end.
Yeah. A lot of the students I can see are from our clans. So, I think Pramod, Shakil, Mridul, all of them already are from like our
Mm,
full stack clans, I guess.
yeah, but I can see a good number of folks joining in from not from clans as well. That's good to see. Right, perfect. Okay, cool. Piyush, we good to go?
Yep, all set.
All right, perfect, awesome. So I think welcome everyone. We are a couple of minutes late, so apologies there. My name is Mank. I'm the founder of Outscale, and thanks for first being part of this community. Really appreciate that that you guys make this sort of Discord server lively with discussions and whatnot as well. So today, Manas is going to be helping me co-host this session. Um, our goal here today is to sort of help a lot of the folks understand how they can get started by building uh, game projects, basically, right? Irrespective of whichever technology stack you're using, and we'll talk about Unity specifically, but then broader as well. So, if some of you already have some more advanced level understanding of the technology or building games itself, it still should be a overall helpful session because the things that we're going to talk about are the same things that you'll or rather the same resources as well as the tools that you can use from within this community as well to sort of help you excel, right? Irrespective of where you are in terms of the skill set of the spectrum itself, right? So our goal should be that irrespective of where you are in your journey, you find something as core takeaways from today's session as well. Okay. Meanwhile, if there's any questions during the conversation, feel free to directly use the chat, the event chat text one, and towards the end in the Q&A, we'll open it up for uh, mic, open up the mics as well. Okay, awesome. So today, I first wanted to take up, a little bit of an introduction to what we call as Outscale Academy, right? Manas or Piyush, if you guys can share the main academy link, and Manas, if you can actually screen share, I think that'll be good. Um, so, Outscale Academy was something of a core area initiative that we had launched last month, where the idea was that there have been a lot of folks who have been learning with us, in the past sort of 2.5, 3 years, learning how to become a game developer. But it was very much focused towards only the audience that is really interested in turning their hobby of building games into a serious profession, right? While that's great, but that's a very small set of an audience, right? Like there is still a very large audience base that's interested in learning how to build games, but not necessarily from the perspective of just being a professional developer. Some might want to do it as a hobby, others might want to do it as, say, passion or side income, launch games with friends, etc. Like there can be multiple motivations, right? So Outscale Academy was our initial sort of motivation to do something more for the community overall, right? And here, what we have tried to do, what you guys can see on what my screen sharing, right? You can directly jump into all the learning resources that folks who are going through the program are gonna get access to here as well. Like it's not complete yet, but we are working on bringing a lot of the learning resources open source, right? So if you go to anything inside Outscale Academy, you'll find that the actual source code for all these learning resources are based on GitHub, right? And they're available for freely for anybody to check out, make additions, make changes, help us continue to improve it wherever you guys find mistakes and so on and so forth. So this has been a big focus for us to figure out how can we take what we already know and can do really well, but bring it to a lot more audience, bring it to a bigger community base who might be interested to do this and learn about it in a different capacity, right? Not necessarily just become a professional developer, but do it as a hobby or do it at some other motivation, right? So that was one of the core sort of this thing. So if Manas, if you can go to Discord for a minute. um, if you'll see in Discord, if you can scroll up a little bit, you'll see there is a channel called Learn and Earn, right? What essentially you can do is that if you hop into that Learn and Earn channel, right? You react with that first emoji in the bottom, the coin one, right? The bot will directly give you the Learn and Earn role. And what this sort of Learn and Earn is as you can see, once Manas reacted to it, the bot sent a DM with the helpful information regarding Learn and Earn, right? So what this Learn and Earn essentially is essentially nothing but um, encouraging folks to get into the game building ecosystem, and sort of giving them some motivation around uh, you know working on projects, right? Building games, and not just do it in isolation, but do it with a community, right? So today as well, for folks who might be just getting started with their game dev journey, the goal is that today you see each other on the call, and you can go in, you take the learn and earn role, and you start building your game projects on whatever is available on Outscale Academy, right? So this kind of helps you connect with other folks within the community, and also gives you a clear indication in terms of how you can get started by building your first project. Because I know that whenever people are starting something new, the initial doubts is always right. Like, how do I even get started? Where do I get started? Right? Like the starting point is obviously a lot of the times not at all clear. And today's conversation is all centered around getting folks to start on their builder's journey, become a builder, build games, create something, use your creativity and imagination to make something in the world, right? So that's been a major focus here. So if you go to sort of the build and earn sorry, the learn and earn channel, right, you will see there is already some kind of a reward, some kind of a point system that we have already introduced. So as you're going through these courses, you can go to the bot channel. Manas, if you can go there. Once you start going through the courses on Academy and start building your projects, here you can try out different commands. So if you, I think, try out like RP or LP or something, Manas, if you can
Hello,
try that out,
hello.
slash LP. Yeah, so you
Could you
can
repeat?
see
Hello, hello.
slash LP is your learning points, right? And here,
go
the
to
bot, based on the
backend वाला
courses
क्या
that you have completed on Academy, right, it will
मतलब
tell
वो
you about how many
हाइव
points you have
डेवलपर
earned.
जा रहे हैं
Manas
एडिट
clearly is
उस पे
doing a very bad job. He has 0 points. But the
ये
idea here
जहाँ
is
लाइव
that,
स्ट्रीम होता है ना वो टॉप राइट पे
as folks start learn together cumulatively as part of the community, right? It gives you a sense of progress, right? How you're progressing, where are your peers within the community, and so on and so forth as well, right? So, what I'd request is that if folks can hop into the event chat for a minute and give me a one quick liner regarding like where you are in your journey, right? So if you already know basics of game development, you already are intermediate game developer, you're already at an advanced level. So just give us like a one liner so I understand who do we have in our conversation today and where are you guys right now, right? Like have you already built some game projects before? So just keep it very simple and tell us a little bit about, if you have built some game, kind of what kind of game, like I've built a 2D RPG game from YouTube, right? That's good enough so that I understand that members in our conversation today have some experience, no experience, so on and so forth. Okay. So I'll just watch the event chat for a little bit, but I'll give you guys like 30 seconds to a minute so that you guys can drop in a quick one liner and introduce yourself to everybody else on the call. Okay. I hope that's clear. I think Manas, you're already on the event chat as well. Yep. Perfect.
Yep, good to see many people coming in. While you guys are typing, I'll just give my intro as well. So, hi guys. My name is also familiar, I guess, with a lot of people in the community. So you guys might see me in the Unity fundamentals, etc. channels helping other folks out with game dev. But I work with Outscale, and I also am a former alumnus of Outscale as well. So good to see you guys here, and I'll probably be seeing you guys a lot over the next week or so. So feel free to drop a DM saying hi in case you guys have any doubts. Feel free to reach out to me as well. Lots of existing students already, plus I guess and new faces. So good to see you guys here. A lot of you starting off. Some of you already familiar with Unity. So hobbyists started with Unity. A lot of IT guys. Good with coding like other areas. Promote that. Yeah, I already know you. So yeah, Manish, can you give like a yep, you're typing. You
Mickey
have an itch
mentioned,
already.
Mickey mentioned that he has worked with Unity 5.4. When I started, I think Unity was like 3.1
Yep. I
or
also started with
4 point
5.4.
something. Yeah, 5 is very late when Unity had introduced a lot of nice UI fancy features.
Hmm.
I think I was on like Unity 2 point something when I started. Where probably I don't even remember what number it was.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think Unity has also come a long way. Awesome. So I think there are more folks who are dropping in their introduction. So continue to do that. We'll come back quickly to that. And as you guys see, other folks in the community who are sharing what they have done. I think Mickey shared an itch profile as well, so you guys can check out. If you guys have also done some game work, like a Play Store link or something, definitely do feel free to share in the event chat so that the other folks can also understand what kind of games you guys are passionate in, and help you sort of build authentic connections with members in the community as well.
Oh, this looks
Uh,
pretty cool.
yeah, nice game. I think the view is very small on the screen though.
Yeah,
Uh, But yeah, yep, assets are all also look good as well.
One question of mine is, can we integrate Node.js to Unity?
Yeah, you can. I'll give a detailed answer towards the end, but a short answer is definitely you can. Okay. So there are a few things that I just want to quickly cover, but I'll come back to this question. So just remind me once more to answer this one question. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Awesome. So perfect. So I think, Manas, if we can just do a screen share, I think I want to cover a little bit about Academy. So I'll encourage everyone who doesn't have a Learn and Earn role as well, just go and take that one from the Learn and Earn channel, and then you'll have the link to the website always available in your DM. But also, I think today, for folks who might want to just get started, right? Um, I just want to take the next 5 minutes to give you a quick overview of how Academy is overall structured. So whether you are a beginner level programmer or just have already know a little bit of Unity and want to start some advanced level projects, etc., the workflow kind of remains the same. So Manas, if you can screen share Academy, I think that will be helpful.
Yep, should be there.
I think it's just loading. Yeah, perfect. So do you want to quickly just dive into the Unity project?
Yep.
And then we
So
can come
as
back.
you guys can see, uh, outside of the usual stuff, we also have like beginner projects to just get you started. So you guys can see there's a 2D platformer project that most of you will be working on. So building your first game, this is like the perfect starting point. Especially doesn't matter if you're brand new to Unity, maybe you have some sort of experience. So this is where most of you will be starting off. So if you click here, it should ideally take you to this page over here. So the 2D platformer, this is the landing page for the 2D platformer. So over here, you'll see all of the basic modules that you will be building as you go along. So you'll see that
I think
there's a,
uh, sorry, this one doesn't seem like this
yep,
was the whole that
sorry.
was the home. So this one should be, yeah, the correct
Yeah,
page. Yep.
yeah, yeah. Cool. So this is basically the courses that you'll be covering as you go along. So this is supposed to take you like from the very beginning, yeah, like installing Unity for the first time to integrating your game assets, starting your building your game, animations, physics. All of it is explained in detail. So if I hop on here, you'll see that you'll start off with this course material. So all of your chapters are over here. You can move around. So it takes you directly from installation to screenshots. Everything is provided to you. Plus, the uh, course material in itself is intended to be structured as well as fun to read along, and you can edit it uh, on GitHub and give us like send us a pull request if you think you can improve it or stuff can be tweaked. We are open to suggestions for that as well. So if there's any suggestions from your side as to how we can improve it, do let us know. We are open to that as well. So outside of the 2D introduction, this is just like a course material. Whereas if we go down to physics, for example, you guys can see that there should be a GitHub repository set up somewhere. If it's not here, it might again be inside a project wherein you will actually be building and not in theory. So, yep. So if you guys can see here, before going through, this is where you'll be starting off, right? So this is where all the assets, etc. for the project are. So you can directly just clone this repo and start it up in Unity and start following along with the course material that's here. So all of the assets you'll see that are present already over here. So animated sprites, and you'll be using these to build your game from the beginning itself. So you'll see that the entire course structure is set up in such a way that you'll start off here, you'll go through the course material, and at the end, you'll find a solution repository wherein everything that you've learned over the uh, next few chapters, all of that is also consolidated into one solution repository, which you can then run on your machine and try to understand what's done. I would recommend checking this out only if you get stuck or you're not able to understand what's going on. Always try and implement something along with what the course material is doing and check whether the final material that you're seeing matches along with what you built. So you guys have an idea of what kind of results we expect after you completed this course material. And outside of this, I'll just quickly go through the assignment system. So this one is pretty straightforward. Since we are making a community of builders, we always encourage you to build in public. So showcasing your project progress in public, uh, making sure you make connections with each other. So like a lot of people have been dropping messages in the event chat. Make sure you connect with each other over LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever, and give each other feedback on whatever progress you guys are going to be sharing with the world. So, uh, as you go along with the study material, we are going to ask you to uh, enroll or simply fill up a few forms to understand where your progress is. So, this one, for example, this is like a course enrollment form, which gives us an idea basically that so and so person has started going through this course. So, all you need to do over here is drop your Discord ID. This you can find in the bot channel as well. So, if I go to the bot, okay, it should be below the one.
Yep.
Yep. So, if I go /ID, you should get a DM with your Discord ID, which you can directly then just copy paste into this form and select the chapter that you've just started. So in my case, this is getting started with Unity 2D, and this is my ID. Paste it, submit it, and we're good to go. And same again will happen at the end of the course material, but there is one different layer. So what we like you guys to do is simply share what you learned in this course with the world, right? So either by posting stuff on LinkedIn or tweeting what you actually learned during the course, add screenshots, add videos, whatever, as to what progress you made and how your game looks. And you'll notice that over time, different people their progress looks like. So this should lead you to like a landing page for your enrollment process, wherein all of your, which is again pretty straight. You just need to drop your Discord ID, the link to your LinkedIn or Twitter post, select the chapter and submit. And your points for learning points for that particular course will be rewarded. And then you can again check it inside the Learn and Earn channel and sorry, in the bot channel and see whether points have been awarded to you or not. Cool. So this is basically the entire workflow. I recommend doing like 2-3 courses a day so that you can actually absorb everything. If you are comfortable with the course material, you can just go through the entire thing in one go as well. But sorry, but I would recommend going through it one at a time, asking doubts in the Unity channel, and yep, help each other out. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think if you guys see the academy, right, you'll see the number right next to it. So if you can see like, okay, Unity player prefs 10 LP. So the workflow that Manas was trying to explain, where you're sharing us your Discord ID in terms of like, okay, I started this project and I completed this project, right? So that's predominantly for us to know which Discord ID to grant the learning points, basically, right? So this keeps you in the game, not just for running points, but also we continue to run these sort of monthly tournaments as to who's making a lot of progress, who's completing a lot of projects, right? So as you can see right now, Manas walked you guys through a journey of one project, which is the 2D platformer project. Anybody who has zero game dev knowledge can get started on this particular project from top to bottom, but it has a lot of these mini modules, right? Getting started, animations, physics. So the best way here to approach is that, let's say if you know a little bit about Unity, right? Maybe you have done a little bit of animations, but you don't know about physics, right? So you can still use the same sequence, but then you can add in your own flavor, right? Like you don't need to follow the project exactly how it is, right? From that perspective, you can follow the same sequence, skip out animations if you have to. If you already know animations, just go in and implement your own animations and then come back to working on physics, right? Come back to working on scriptable objects, come back to working on player movement and so on and so forth, right? So the whole point of sort of dividing this big project into smaller modules is to give you guys the flexibility to do things that you need to learn and skip over things that you feel that you already might know about, right? Now, going forward, we are right now working on sort of, as you can see, there is a 3D project section as well in the left. So this is not 100% complete yet. There are only few chapters that have been structured out, but we are working on building the full stack in terms of the sequence from top to bottom, what you would need to build a 3D game project. And this would cover a lot of advanced level topics, both within Unity as well as outside Unity, right? How do you build the right kind of decoupled code and so on and so forth, right? So the flow of information, the way you work with these modules and projects will remain the same, just that right now this is currently a work in progress as well. And hopefully by before, a week or so, we'll see even this 3D project up and running completely. And obviously we'll send out a Discord announcement once this project is also available for you guys to check out completely. But if, let's say, somebody is working on something, like I think Kaushik asked one specific question, can I integrate Node.js with Unity? Now that tells me that the person already knows a little bit about Unity, etc., right? And they're talking about more sort of advanced multiplayer concepts, right? So if you look at the 3D project, you want to only learn how to implement a system and you already have a game project. So you can directly jump into that module and understand the fundamental concepts of a design pattern called observer pattern in this case, and see how you can implement it into your game, right? So you don't even need to wait for the full project to there in order to start learning from it as well, right? You can see that on the left where Manas is hovering right now, there's beginner level information, there's intermediate level, expert level, and all, right? So information is organized in different ways. So based on your comfortability level, you can jump in. But for 99% of the folks who are just getting started with game development and have some maybe programming knowledge or not, jumping into the 2D project will be the best way to get started, right? So you can start actually building and hacking your game together, and laying down the foundational, ground for starting to build sort of more advanced level game projects by first learning the Unity and then bringing in your knowledge, say for C++, JavaScript. If you know any other programming language, you can bring that knowledge into here to apply to, as you work on these game projects as well. So I think that's predominantly it from academy perspective, giving you guys an exposure to an ecosystem of resources that are going to be available. Just a caveat here is for folks who are already going through the full stack game development program, you guys are already getting this inside the program as well, along with your mentor sessions and live interaction, engagement, etc. So you don't need to worry too much about it, but you can always use this as a reference points as well, if you want to quickly reference some study material, some resources, and so on and so forth, right? So you have like this is kind of a duplicate set of resources that you guys already have access to internally within Outscale, but also have publicly as well. So if you have friends who are just passively interested as well, you can point them to Academy and the Discord community as well. Okay, cool. Manas, is there anything else that you wanted to cover on Academy side?
Nope, I guess we've covered it all. I just wanted to share these two text channels. So during the course, in case you guys have any difficulties, uh, feel free to like tag these two roles. So just post your doubt like SE has over here, right? What are scriptable objects and tag. Share screenshots if you have like a specific problem wherein maybe some error is popping in inside Unity, etc. Just send that across and tag help game dev and help programming. So because there's a lot of us already who are pretty familiar with Unity, and we would love to help you out in case you get stuck somewhere. So you will see that these channels are available. Uh, if they are not, you can also take this role from like the choose role channel over here, from where just click on react on certain emoji, and that should give you access to like help game development, help programming channel. So if you react to these two, the role will automatically be assigned to you as well.
Yeah. So you want to do that if you want to be helpful in the community and help others as well, if you're already knowledgeable. And even if you're not, right? Like just knowing about the kind of questions other people are asking, that will help you improve your knowledge as well. Okay. Uh, Perfect. Awesome. So I think we can take up questions now. So just feel free to unmute, ask questions, anything specific that you guys would like to know or ask about.
Yep, I will. Once the Q&A is wrapped, I would love to.
Perfect. Okay. Guys, any questions that you guys want to ask? And it can be question can be outside the context of what we have discussed today as well. So I think like Kaushik had one specific to Node.js. So feel free to ask any questions broadly around the gaming industry as well. Happy to answer.
Yeah, the same one that I asked how to integrate the Node.js to the Unity.
Yep. So I think that's a perfect question that if we were not having this call, I would have encouraged you to ask inside the multiplayer chat discussion. So Node.js since is a framework for building servers, right? So essentially, what you will do is that you will build up um, you'll write something called as socket programming. You'll open up a socket on Node.js. You'll implement C# sockets on your Unity side, either using some library or socket.io or something like that. And that way, you'll open up a socket and be able to communicate between your Unity client as well as your backend server. Now, how do you go into actually connecting the socket, etc.? I'll encourage you to do a little bit of Googling, and whatever you find out, feel free to use the multiplayer channel for going into deeper discussions on it, but that's the general direction that you want to start researching into. We have an internal project around multiplayer as well that folks going through the full stack program actually build. So hopefully in a month time or so, those resources and learning material also will be available on Academy as well. So as always, we'll send out an announcement once that project is also available. But you can fairly, if you have a good understanding of programming principles, etc., you can, once you have this networking part laid out, after that you can really build a kick-ass game on top of it. But it will take a little bit time to nail down just because sockets aren't the most uh, what do you call it? Sockets aren't the most sort of easy thing to get started with.
Yeah, I totally got your point. Sockets are totally involved in networking part side of thing.
Correct, correct. But I think there's fairly, I would say just use socket.io as a starting point, and from there on, expand into other pieces that you might need on demand. But just Google for socket.io and Unity, and that should give you some good resources to get started with. Okay,
Yeah, thank you, thank you,
perfect.
thank you for the information.
Sure, no worries. Anyone else? Any other questions? Or Manas, you want to add something?
Nope. I just saw someone unmuting it. I don't know who it was.
Perfect. So guys, just feel free to unmute, or if you don't have a mic or something, just feel free to use the event chat as well. Um, we have another event starting at 7. That one will be slightly more fun and engaging as well, because we'll be going in and I think playing a game together. So I think it'll start off with streaming. So Malhar will be doing, I think, Far Cry, if I'm not mistaken. So he'll be starting to stream the game, talk about the game design and the implementation. So we'll start that off at 7 o'clock. So we have about 7 to 10 minutes to talk about pretty much anything under the sun regarding game development or the gaming industry broadly. Anything, any other questions that you guys have?
I'll just do the quick 2 minute
Sure.
revision since a lot of people joined late. So let me screen share quickly. So guys, people who joined in late, we uh, have launched a Outscale Academy where all of the course content that is available to start your game dev journey. So it's a great platform to just get started and understand what the basics of game development are. So and during the course you'll be earning points and getting rewarded for that as well. So over here inside the Learn and Earn channel, you should be able to see a message wherein if you react with like react on the coin here, it should directly give you a link to Outscale Academy. Inside Outscale Academy, you should be able to see this 2D platformer course wherein if you click on start now, it will take you to home. Over here, there should be a 2D platformer project. This is basically your entire course material. This course material you'll be going through for the next week. It's just a bunch of courses with instructions. And during the course, we'll be asking you to fill like forms to make sure that we are able to keep track of which person is progressing on what. So this form, for example, over here, you're just supposed to drop your Discord ID, select the chapter and submit. That's it. If you guys don't know how to get your Discord ID, simply you can just go to this Discord bot, and once you use /ID, it should give you a DM inside Discord, giving you your ID, and then you can just copy it and paste it over here. Select the chapter that you started and submit. Same, and once you go through the entire course material, we encourage you to put a post out and share your progress along with the world, so that other people also can take a look at what you're building and maybe give you some feedback over there as well. So similar form over there as well. At the end, there should be this form uh, which will take you to this page where all the instructions are available. So every time you post, you get like a certain amount of points. So once you submit your posts, you'll be allotted points. So for example, in the 2D platformer, each course can get you a maximum of 10 points. So we expect to see like two posts in order for you to get those 10 points. So that's pretty much it. Outside of this, if you guys get stuck anywhere, feel free to ask questions, doubts in the Unity fundamentals and Unity advanced channels, and the community is there to help you guys out on that front as well. Cool.
Just a second.
Any other? Yeah. Any
Uh,
questions?
Manas, would you please repeat my question doubts? Like, I would like to record it up because I forget very fastly. Whatever you cleared it up and whatever you taught me, would you please
Yeah.
repeat
So over
my question? How to?
all of the this event I think is being live streamed on our YouTube as well. So should be available on YouTube. I'll drop the link to the YouTube recording over there in the event chat as well, so you can access it from there.
Okay, okay, sure, sure.
Cool.
Cool.
Perfect, guys.
Any other questions, guys? Any doubts?
No, no. Thank you.
Awesome. So I think since we're just about to start the next event as well, so I think Piyush, maybe I think we can just directly get folks. Are we doing it inside auditorium or somewhere else? Perfect. Yeah. Yep. I think thanks again for everyone who joined as well. Folks who might be watching on YouTube or LinkedIn, Twitch, etc. as well. If you guys have any questions, please do let us know. Happy to always help. And looking forward to get more and more folks getting started on their game dev journey. Um, we have a fun upcoming session now popping up as well, where we'll get to not only just watch people stream games, but also actually learn from a developer perspective of how games are getting built, what would be the philosophy behind a designer putting a feature in a specific way. And I think in today's session we'll be streaming Far Cry. Yeah, Far Cry. So we'll just get started in a couple of minutes on that as well after we do a quick setup. And I'll see you guys, majority of you guys there as well. So for folks here in Discord itself, just stay on this voice channel and we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Okay. I'll unfortunately not be able to join for that one, but Piyush will be here. I think Roop and Malhar will be here and Shubham will be here. So Malhar and Shubham both are game developers, have worked with other game companies, built some kick-ass games as well, multiplayer games, live streaming games, and whatnot. So hopefully you guys will get to learn a lot from uh, the insights that these guys will share as well. And you guys can also ask questions. Perfect. I think that's it.
Yes, I'm talking about the exact students who've done more than 20 crore rupees